Hey guys!
Hello! Welcome to our channel.
First of all, we would like to say thank you so much for subscribing to us.
And actually, just to everyone who's been sending us some kind words and just greetings, and balloons, sweets. We've been receiving food and everything. So thank you so much to everybody for celebrating with us during this time.
Before we continue on and talk about the blessing that is about to come to us, we want to talk about something serious, like our dog Buddy.
Iba talaga ang init ngayon.
When I went outside,
So,
the heat was 42 degrees.
yeah, it's been really, really hot. And as you guys know and have seen in our previous video, Buddy is really so fluffy. Ang kapal talaga ng balahibo niya. So, kawawa siya sa init na to. Pero, wala pa ring groomer's place na bukas na malapit sa amin.
So, dakilang professional manggugupit ako, check this out.
So, Billy decided to give Buddy a cut himself and medyo hindi pantay-pantay. And now his head looks flat on top and he looks square. And actually, he just looks like a character from Land Before Time. I had no idea. This is first time namin makita yung totoong hugis ni Buddy kasi he's always been fluffy. So, first time namin nakita na, okay, ganito pala yung itsura ni Buddy.
Nakukitan siya, ako naaawa ako sa kanya. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, but that's not the only thing we'll be talking about today.
We promised you guys na we'd talk more about the pregnancy and share some details with you guys. So, eto na. Our pregnancy. We found out that I was pregnant by January, but apparently ganun pala nag-work yun. December pa lang, I was pregnant already. So you count actually starting on the day of your last period. I never knew that.
Yeah, me
so by the time na nagpa-check up ako, I was actually already 6 weeks pregnant. But before all of that, let's kind of rewind a little bit.
Yeah, let's go back. Actually,
let's go back.
We went to New York for R&R. We just really wanted to chill out.
Actually, that was our honeymoon leave.
Yeah.
Na matagal na naming pinaalam before. And
Yes.
kasi syempre si Billy tuloy-tuloy din yung work at that time. Ako naman, I had a movie coming out pero the next year pa.
Yeah.
So, I had time off. Si Billy had to take time off. So, we blocked off our schedules and we took a trip to New York, which kind of was like our honeymoon na rin. Kasi matagal tayo doon, di ba? Mga
Yes.
2 weeks.
We were there for, a good 2 weeks. Masaya lang because like one of our first dates kasi was in New York.
After we got married, we had a bunch of small trips. A lot of them were for work. A lot of them were sponsored trips. And this was the only time na we had na 2 weeks talaga na matagal. We had time.
We got to plan like what we really wanted to do, which is eat. And also her, for some reason, she wanted to exercise like almost every day. So she did. She actually found a few places to go to work out in New York that was cool for me as well, because I got to go around for a good hour while she was doing all that.
And I would say na New York is really one of my favorite places in the world. I love the fast pace. I love the subway. I love walking. I love just everything about New York as well. So I'm glad that we got time off. What we really needed at that time was a change of scene. But we just wanted to keep doing our everyday things.
We tested the waters of just living there for a few weeks.
Yeah, just
parang
see what
ganun
it's
lang.
like, you know.
So we were traveling and we were doing all this stuff in New York, and there was just one special moment in the car when I was driving, and everybody I think should really hear this testimony.
Okay, so before this, a bit of history. I used to have PCOS. That's polycystic ovarian syndrome. For sa mga hindi nakakaalam, I know a lot of people know about this because a lot of people have it. For years, I had PCOS. I visited my OB for that frequently. So, binigyan niya ako ng pills. I was on Dayan for years and it helped me na wala yung PCOS ko dahil doon. So, I was on it and I stayed on it. And when we went to New York, for some reason, akala ko yung isang banig ko, sapat na yun.
Mali yung tansya.
Yeah, mali talaga yung tansya. Pero I left like confident na makakahanap naman ako doon. Normally kasi, pag natapos na, may ilang days pa na you don't take anything. Parang break ka for a few days. We went to the pharmacy. And normally kasi, dito sa Pilipinas, ang bumibili nun, si Mark, yung driver namin. So, pinapabili na lang namin yun dito. Pero doon, syempre kami dalawa lang yung magkasama. So, I stayed in the car and Billy went to the pharmacy that time. And he picked up a bunch of stuff and he picked that up as well. And then, for some reason, they didn't want to sell it to him.
Whoever's taking the medication, they needed to be present.
Yeah, kailangan sila mismo daw yung bumili. So, I went inside. I was like, okay, I need to buy this. And then they told me na kailangan ko ng prescription. And I had no idea where I was gonna get a prescription there in New York. And medyo hassle talaga siya. When I sat down in the car, I initially thought, mag-break na lang ako. Kasi siguro if you've been taking it for a year, kailangan ng at least 1 month na break. Ganon. Yun yung sinabi sa akin ng OB ko. Kasi too much estrogen is also bad for you. So sabi ko, sakto, I'll go on a break now. And then when I get back to the Philippines, I'll just buy a new banig and then I'll start all over again. For some reason, I immediately felt this really big frustration. Because I felt in my heart at that moment that God was trying to tell me something. I just suddenly started bawling my eyes out. I started crying. Sobrang iyak ako ng iyak. And then after that, I just kept giggling. It was so weird. Sobrang weird. Yeah. Diba? While all of that was happening, parang I really felt God say na, you know, you always say na it's my timing, and it's my plan. But then again, you're trying to control it. It really hit me at that point. And I just felt God tell me to let go. Because at that time, a bunch of different thoughts came into my head. Worries and a lot of what if, and just, you know, stuff that would get me anxious. And I felt God say, just trust Him. And I felt Him say, it's gonna happen soon. By the time na we reached a stoplight, medyo nag-iba na yung vibe. And then I told Billy, Love, aren't you gonna ask me why I'm crying? Hindi ka ba nagtataka kung bakit ako tumatawa, umiiyak kanina?
The funny thing about that is, wala akong alam sa nangyayari.
He didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear any crying, I didn't hear any giggling.
Pero magkatabi lang kami.
This is the thing about it. And I think this is why it is a testimony. And it is the reason why kung bakit tayo kinakausap ng Panginoon.
Yeah.
Because God wasn't trying to talk to me. He wasn't talking to anybody else except for you.
Yeah.
So ang galing because imagine God answered a prayer. God answered your questions. God even gave you a direction. And once that you obey Him, things will happen.
Even in times na kino-question mo ang Panginoon, if you let go and you just trust, beautiful things can happen talaga.
I honestly never thought anything of it. I never once thought that God was going to talk to her about a baby or any decision making that we were going to make. That just shows when God really just wants to talk to you.
So sabi ko, if God says it's time, then it's time. So yun nga, alam niyo na yung history namin. So ako, I had PCOS. And my OB told me actually that having PCOS would make it harder to conceive. So I never thought na it would be easy for me to get pregnant. So si Billy, nagpa-check up din pala siya before.
I was kind of worried lang about myself because at one point kasi sa mga taong hindi nakakakilala o sa mga taong nakakakilala sa akin, for the longest time, I used to drink alcohol. I was smoking 3 packs a day. I was skeptical about my everything, my health, because I was overweight. The results came. It wasn't as healthy as I would like to be. And actually, the doctor even told me, you know, if you are planning and if you're trying to start a family anytime soon, now is not the right time because your body is just full of toxins. It wasn't the proper lifestyle of a man. And for me, wala. Confirmed na sabi ko, wow, there were a few errors in my lifestyle. So I kind of have to change. It didn't take overnight for me to change. It took years, guys.
Yeah, it did.
Ilang taon
like, nauna yung cigarettes,
yes,
and then alcohol. And honestly, it's not like he completely willingly changed.
Yeah.
May mga nangyari din talaga sa buhay niya that drove him to the point na, okay, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. Kung paano ka usapin ng Panginoon si Coleen about her pregnancy and about her plans, ako, kinausap ako ng Panginoon and my own faults. I'm going on my 2nd year of being sober. Completely sober.
Although 1 year before the wedding, you were sober. It's just that nung wedding namin,
Nagpakawalwal ako.
we drank during the wedding.
Yeah. But there were a lot of things that happened after the wedding that made me decide to really eliminate what was really putting me down. And when I did, things just started to roll.
So anyway, to cut a long story short, we had no idea that we were gonna have an easy time conceiving. Akala namin na mahirapan talaga kami because of our history nga, because I had PCOS and because he was told also that it wasn't gonna be easy for him.
It's just so amazing na when you do follow what you really need to do, then everything is fine.
Fast forward to January when we found out. We went to a friend's birthday party, which was around 2-3 nights. So it was a beach party. I was packing for that. Normally, when I pack kasi, I make sure na I have everything in case na magkakaroon ako. I bring whatever I need. So I checked my period tracker and I saw that I was around 5 days delayed, which doesn't usually happen kasi nga I used to be on pills. So that would make your period regular if irregular ka. So medyo na-alarm ako. I told my brother to buy 3 pregnancy tests just in case kasi nga I knew it was coming sometime, diba? So sabi ko, baka ito to. I didn't ask Billy to buy kasi baka babaya umasa siya.
Ma-excite pa ako.
Tapos biglang hindi pala.
Maudlot lang.
So I asked my brother to buy. I secretly took 1. Kasi normally, di ba, pag positive, 2 solid lines. Tapos, kung negative, 1 solid line. When I took the test, ang lumabas, may isang solid line. Tapos, may isang line, pero sobrang faded niya. So, I was looking at it for a while. Tapos, inaantay ko na mabuo yung line. Kasi, baka mamaya, late lang talaga mag-form, di ba? So, inaantay ko, wala talaga. So, sabi ko, then I threw it away. So, we went to the beach party. Actually, kasi it was on a yacht. The entire time, for some reason, sobrang pagod ako. And that was never usually the case.
I actually thought she was kind of feeling under the weather. I thought she felt sick.
Tapos, ang nangyari...
Natulog siya.
Pero sobrang tagal. Like, I'd sleep early. Like, after dinner, I'd sleep na.
Yeah, she would sleep at around like siguro 10. And then, ang magaling na ginawa niya ay natulog hanggang alas 4, alas 5 ng hapon.
Siguro the first symptom I had na...
Yeah, she's pagod. She was just really tired.
I didn't understand why at that time, diba? Buti na lang, hindi ako uminom on that trip kasi hindi naman talaga ako mahilig uminom. Pero, I drank kasi nung Christmas at saka New Year. Kasi, I didn't know. I had no idea naman na during that time na I was pregnant already. So, it was something that really scared me nung nalaman ko. Pero buti na lang, walang nangyari. And buti na lang, everything's okay. So, when we came back from our trip, wala pa rin akong period. Akala ko, parang effect lang siya sa pagtigil ng pills. So, I took another test. Ganun pa rin, may isang solid line, tapos may isang blurred line. Pero yung blurred line na yon, parang paklaro ng paklaro. That's when I thought to myself na, oh my gosh, I think I'm pregnant.
And she called me the sweetest way possible. Love! Come here! I have to show you something! That's how she called me.
Wala nang drama, wala nang build-up. Tulog pa siya
Yeah,
nun.
it was in the morning. It was 9 in the morning or something like that. So I walked over to the bathroom. I saw her holding the camera and then she gave me the test.
No, I wasn't holding the camera yet. I had time to actually run to the room, get my phone, and then take a video of you. You were smiling for so long, and you were just staring at it.
I really thought you had the camera already.
No.
Wow. Yeah, but I wasn't all. And I just couldn't stop smiling. Wala, para akong kinikiliti. From head to toe talaga.
Ayaw niya pa maniwala nung una kasi nga, faded. So I had to explain it to him. Before actually telling him, sinerch ko na muna kung ano ba talaga, am I pregnant or not. Yung pala may reason kung bakit siya ganun. So the first person we told was my mom kasi kapitbahay lang namin siya. So we walked to her house. I was still in my pantulog.
Yep, same.
I didn't even fix my hair
We just
or anything.
walked.
We
just walked
up.
out of there and we went up and you guys saw the video naman of her reaction though. Oh my God! So after that, obviously, we went back home.
On that same day, meron akong guesting sa Showtime. And then I was there to promote Mia, our film, which showed earlier this year. And usually kasi, pag nandun kami, we drop by the dressing rooms just to say hi. So we went there and nandun silang halos lahat sila nandun. And we just really felt like telling Kuya Kim.
Kasi Ninong Kim is a really big part of this relationship. Like, we really do cherish our guidance counselor. But we really do cherish our mentor. We learned so much before the wedding, after the wedding.
You know, like, God has really used him as an instrument in our lives also. Like, we've learned so much from him.
Since he was the one there, I felt na siya yung gusto ko talagang kausapin una. I dragged him inside the bathroom of Direk Bobet's dressing room. I told Kuya Kim, I have to tell you something. He's like, oh, ano na naman? Then I showed him the picture of the pregnancy test. He was like, oh my God, pa! That's his reaction. And then he started crying. He's like, oh, and then he hugged me.
And then I walked into the banyo and then he hugged me also. And then he was crying. And then syempre, lumabas kami ng banyo na umiiyak. Nagtaka silang lahat, diba?
Yeah.
Lahat sila nagtaka kung bakit kami umiiyak. So we eventually had to tell everybody else in the room. And we weren't supposed to announce yet. Sabi ng OB, don't announce yet kasi first trimester. But we just couldn't help sharing the news with our loved ones. We went to see my OB, who is our ninang sa kasal.
Ayun na.
Hi! So I just came from UKG this morning and I have another premiere later for Mia. Today is the first day that Mia is showing. So today is January 15. And today is also a special day because it's our first time to go to the OB-GYN to check on the pregnancy.
Me. To check me.
To check you? Why you?
Check me. If I'm carrying it well or not.
I think you're carrying it pretty well.
Hey, I lost all the weight for this. But yes, this is the first visit to our ninang, Doc Kalayan. So we cannot wait. We're so excited.
So it's a super full day today. And today we have Mama. Mama with us.
And yun, she told us that the pregnancy was still early, pero it was healthy, it was normal, hindi siya ectopic. So, all the good signs naman for early pregnancy. Pero she was warning us then na fragile state pa, na anything could happen. So, to just be very careful. So, it was a general first checkup naman. And it went really well.
That was the first time I heard the heartbeat, right?
We didn't hear it.
No.
May parang
Nakikita.
yeah.
The graph that they can actually see that there's a heartbeat and they can calculate it actually kahit sa early stage ng pregnancy. Nung nakita ko yung heartbeat, nung pinakita sa amin ni Ninang, that's when I said, and I started tearing up.
Ako naman, I let it take a while before it really sunk in. I knew it was such a fragile time. I knew that anything could happen. I just didn't want to be disappointed. Ayoko muna maniwala until sure na talaga and everything. But we just had faith talaga na eto na yon because God told us ahead of time. And, you know, God does keep His promises.
Yep.
Pero we did go through a lot also because right after that, pumutok ang taal. So I was still in the middle of promo for Mia. Pumutok ang taal.
We were all required to wear masks because of the ashes and
so
stuff.
I barely left the house kasi syempre masama yun eh. Lalo na if you're pregnant, you're extra sensitive. Nung medyo pawala na yung ash fall, I was actually on vitamins na and I was on meds na. Bigla akong nagka-allergies.
Hey, so I'm entering my 7th week of pregnancy soon, and allergies are coming out again for what appears to be no reason at all. It's just super sensitive. My 6th week was pretty terrible. I spent the entire week in bed pretty much. And I was so nauseous, I kept vomiting, and I thought that it was morning sickness until I realized that it was actually my vitamins. So my OB prescribed a certain type of vitamins, but I think I was getting some kind of allergic reaction to it because when I started taking it, that's when I started getting really nauseous and that's when I started throwing up. And when I was thinking about it, it was only when my meds started. So I continued with like the rest of my meds because I'm on 3 right now, apart from the vitamins. And apart from my folic acid, I'm on Duvadilan, something else with a D, and an aspirin to speed up the heart rate of my baby. I continued taking everything else and I was fine, but just to experiment, because I would take my vitamins every day during the morning when I'd wake up. And then I noticed that I'd be dizzy like the entire day. So I tried to take it at night. And then that one time that I took it at night, that whole day I was fine and I was really like, I was nauseous, I was feeling great. So I said, you know, it really might be the vitamins. So I tried to take it at night because I still do have to take vitamins. And when I did, I woke up in the middle of the night and I threw everything out. And it was like the taste and the color of the vitamins. So I realized I think I'm allergic to these specific vitamins.
And for a while, akala ko it was part of pregnancy. I found out it was really because of the vitamins.
Apart from that, I just have a quick question for everybody there. Bakit mga ibang lalaki, katulad ko, nararanasan namin din maglihi? Kasi for the 3-4 days that she was going through that, siguro 2 out of the 3 days or 4 days, ako yung sumusuka, ako yung nagkikrave ng mga pagkain na gusto niya as the weirdest thing. So, sana
Super
masagot
weird.
niyo ako kung bakit.
Pero sabi ng mom ko na it happens.
Could happen.
Could happen what?
Ikaw yung maglilihi. Yeah. Lalo na pag, kunyari ang sasabi nila before, pag humakbang si Coleen sa'yo, like, you're lying down on bed, diba? Tapos biglang humakbang siya sa'yo, it can pass to you, yung lihi. Sinisikmura ka, that's lihi.
That's not true.
It's true.
You know, it's
I don't
mysterious, but it happens.
It happens
daw.
because we're pregnant! I'm joking. The crazy thing about it is when she actually kind of had a suspicious feeling about the vitamins that she was taking because nagsasarado na yung throat niya.
Yeah, usually hindi nangyayari yun. You know, we can't just say na, it's normal, it's because of the pregnancy, ganun. Minsan kailangan mo talaga i-analyze kung ano nag-iba sa environment, ano nag-iba sa routines, sa kinoconsume and everything. And for me, it was really the vitamins talaga. Everything
Yun
was
yung
pointing to
pinakabago.
it. So during that time na sobra kong inaatake ng allergies, my OB told me na I could take already antihistamine, a specific type of antihistamine, pero may mga konting risks pa rin.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, hindi, ilalaban ko na lang to and I'm just gonna not take meds kasi even nung hindi pa ako buntis, hindi talaga ako ma-meds.
Nilaban niya sa mukha niyang namaga ng todo-todo.
I missed events, I missed birthday parties and everything. So I had to cancel a lot of stuff and I stayed home because of that. So from staying at home because of Taal, I stayed at home because of the allergies. And then nung umokay yun, lumalabas-labas ulit tayo, I had to stay home again because bigla akong nagka-spotting. I called the OB, so we had to go there right away, nagpa-ultrasound, and there was a bit of blood outside of the sac. And ang tawag doon ay subchorionic hemorrhage or hematoma. And it was normal daw. A lot of people have it. Actually, worse pa. Kasi yung sa akin, maliit lang talaga. A lot of people go through it and they go on to carry full-term, healthy babies. So, you know, it was definitely a cause for worry. Pero it wasn't something that really discouraged us. Pero my OB put me on 2 weeks bed rest. And
medications.
So during that time, I took meds. I guess it helped because after the 2 weeks of bed rest, I was fine. The blood clot was gone and everything was great. Kaya lang yung mental state ko really, really suffered during that time. That whole 2 weeks kasi I wasn't allowed to do anything but stay in bed. And pwede lang ako bumangon sa kama kapag magsi-CR lang ako. Sobrang active ako na tao. Like, I always have to be doing something. That's why I like to work out and everything. Yung workout, masasacrifice ko pa eh. Pero I wasn't really allowed to be productive in any other way. Pati nga cellphone, hindi nakadikit sa akin because of the radiation and everything. So, yung pregnancy books ko that I was planning on reading throughout this pregnancy, tinapos ko sa 2 weeks na yun. I was so depressed. You know that feeling na you feel so icky, so ugly, so gross, and so, like, I just felt like a sloth talaga.
It's
Nakadikit lang ako sa bed.
Di
It's so
namin
easy to
nararamdaman.
shrug it off na
Yeah.
parang you're fine. Hindi,
Yeah.
wala yan. After 2 weeks, okay ka. But that's not how I felt during that time. Kasi
It's really heavy.
I have an overactive mind to the point na minsan it's anxiety inducing already for me. So, like, to be in bed for 2 weeks, not doing anything with anxiety, really made me feel so depressed. I think throughout this whole pregnancy, that is the one time that I really felt like crap. After those 2 weeks, nag-heal na yung hemorrhage na yun. Everything is back to normal. I'm even working out again now. Pero syempre safe pa rin and very moderate pa rin. But you know, it was just 2 weeks of sacrifice. And I feel, in retrospect, now that I'm thinking about it, na I guess God just wanted to give me that time to really allow everything to sink in and to kind of just be alone with my thoughts, but also to be alone with God. Because I was praying so much during that time. I was listening to worship songs. Like, it was a roller coaster ride. Kasi as much as there were lows, there were times din naman na I felt God trying to comfort me then. Whenever I listen to worship songs now, parang it's even more special to me now because when I'm singing it, I know that God doesn't just love me, but God loves the baby inside of me. And as much as God mapped out my entire future, it's not just me anymore. It's this baby also who God loves so much. So yun, that alone, yung overcoming that feeling of depression during those 2 weeks, it was already something that I had a hard time with. And, you know, by God's grace, we got through that period.
All the things that happened is the start of 2020. I just noticed this now that the 2 weeks na nilagpasan mo, we had to go through ultrasounds, obviously, para malaman if you were still bleeding or not.
Yeah.
And then when you got over that, it was smooth sailing. After nung nawala na talaga yung hemorrhage na yun or the hematoma, bigla na lang naging active si baby.
Yeah, sobrang active niya. And you know, it's different now kasi iba yung naka-quarantine ka, iba yung naka-bed rest ka.
Yes. It was great because through the process and nalalaman namin yung progress ng baby as well and how well the baby is doing.
Now, I'm just so happy and we're so blessed that the baby is healthy, the baby is fine.
The biggest complication that we have right now is me.
Siya na nga naglilihi, siya na nga nagmo-morning sickness, siya pa yung moody.
Yan talaga ang buhay, guys.
So, everything was fine, everything was normal. We actually got to attend JR's wedding pa.
We were given
which was actually
clearance to fly.
Yeah, nung una, we were scared na baka mamaya hindi kami makalipad kasi it's also a risk daw for baby if medyo sensitive yung pregnancy. At first, we weren't even sure if we were gonna make it. Pero after those 2 weeks na nag-behave and nag-clear na lahat, we were allowed to go to the beach. Kaya lang, I wasn't allowed to take so many flights. So, I wasn't able to go na to Sarah's bachelorette trip. Kasi ang dami ng flights noon from Bora to Manila to Cebu to Siargao.
Which you ended up having to tell her.
Yeah, and so I ended up having to tell her also, syempre. Which is sad kasi I got to fit na the swimsuit and everything. And it's weird kasi when I went to Boom Sasons to have my swimsuit fitted, I shrunk by like 2 inches everywhere in my body. I was already pregnant for more than 3 months. So I feel like maybe I was losing muscle kasi I wasn't working out as much anymore. Pero sobrang lumiit talaga ako. And then I think it was food aversions din. Yung parang, diba the start of the pregnancy, ayoko talaga kumain. Parang nandidiri ako sa lahat ng pagkain. But I would force myself to eat anyway. Now it's not like that anymore.
Nope. She eats everything.
So, after JR's wedding, when we got back here, so this was already past our first trimester, we took a test. It's called an NIPT test. It's
The coolest thing in the world.
So we were around 15 weeks at that time, and we heard that blood test could actually accurately tell you the gender already. So I took that test, and really early on, we already found out the gender of the baby. But for now, yan na muna ang kwento namin. Just watch out for the second part of this video where we tell you the rest. Kasi lahat ito ng kwento namin, this was way before the lockdown. So abangan nyo ang kwento namin sa susunod because right now, we are already in our second trimester.
I just really want to thank God for pulling us through all the obstacles during the first trimester. And it was just a good realization that He's amazing.
And He is faithful to you.
Super.
To His promises to you.
I really, really trust and I have faith that God will deliver this baby healthy as possible. And He has plans for all of us. So I'm really, really thankful for God right now. We thank you so much, everyone who were surprised and who were actually congratulating us for this journey that we're on right now. And to everyone who's been helping us out through this journey, thank you.
The camera.
Thank you.
Thank you also to everybody who continues to pray for us, to the family and friends who continue to check up on us. Maraming salamat for being here. And to you guys for all the support. Maraming salamat talaga sa inyong lahat. That's all the time we have for now. That was our first trimester. Right now, we're actually past our 5th month already. So we still have a lot to make kwento about. Pero sa susunod na video na, abangan nyo na lang yan.
Maraming salamat, guys. See you guys next week.
Bye!
God bless.